Hello and welcome to ArtSwarm number 3. Our theme is cats this week. ArtSwarm is a video show or audio show where artists create things and then send things in each week, and everything I play or everything we display is going to be brand new. It's something you've not seen before. As I've said, this week's theme is cats, and we've got a show of two halves. We've got playful childlikeness, and we've got a mix of abstract creativity in various forms. And we're going to begin with a piece, a comedy song. I'm opening with my submission this week. It's a comedy song entitled The Cat Phone Song, and it's all about people's obsessions and people's latest craze of staring at their phones. Enjoy.
Oh, I'm so bored. I don't know what to do today.
Let's take a walk in the countryside looking at phones. Let's take a walk in the countryside looking at phones. Let's take a walk in the countryside looking at phones. Let's take a walk in the countryside looking at phones. What shall we look at? Cats. What shall we look at? Cats. What shall we look at? Cats. Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, meow. Let's take a ride on the motorway looking at phones. Let's take a walk beside the seaside looking at phones. Let's take a walk to the supermarket looking at phones. Let's take a walk around the library looking at phones. What shall we look at? Cats. What shall we look at? Cats. What shall we look at? Cats. Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, meow. Let's take a walk with my best friend looking at phones. Let's take a walk around Tokyo looking at phones. Let's take a walk around Sandbach looking at phones. Let's take a walk around the Louvre Museum looking at phones. What shall we look at? Mice. What shall we look at? Skeletons. What shall we look at? The countryside.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's very much a comedy song in the Monty Python sort of vein. Now we're going to move to something a bit more unusual and somewhat visual. We're going to show you a video of Claire Bassi drawing around the shadows of her cat as it played on the floor on a piece of paper. And the cat occasionally plays with the pen, thus making it an artwork which the cat itself has taken part in, which is rather interesting. After this, I'll show you the picture that resulted. Enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And here is a picture of the picture that was actually drawn. So you've got various outlines and shadows and reflections of the cat there. That was rather like a Blue Peter moment, showing an image there. Next, I'm going to bring you a rather amazing animation by regular contributor Lavinia Murray. This is entitled C.P.R. Cat, and the C.P.R. cats are creatures in her universe that, you know how cats pump with their front two paws, and this sort of emulates C.P.R. And this animation has got lots of different characters in it, and they're often described. For instance, you've got the moon dog with its tongue, which are the moonbeams, which is really, really interesting. This is a fantastic animation. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you to Lavinia Murray for C.P.R. Cat. Well, you can see I'm joined with Andrew Bassi here from Wurleston Music School, and you're here to talk about the concerts where you're going to present soon in Brian Lee's school in
Yes,
Edgeley.
Wurleston Music Concerts they're called now, and I started these concerts about 2 years ago when I first came to live in Nantwich, and since then we've had lots of wind chain music, and I thought now we're going to really branch out and get lots of string music, lots of even a soprano singer, which is happening this Sunday. Yeah.
Yes, and I've even got the leaflet for that. That's happening this Sunday at 3. All of them are on Sunday at 3:30
That's right,
PM,
at Brian Lee's school, yeah.
Brian Lee's school, so that's quite good.
Yeah.
And people can turn up on the day and buy tickets.
And buy
there.
tickets, yeah.
But you can also, if people wanted to find out information, they can go to wurlestonmusicschool.co.uk to
That's
find
right,
some
yes.
information about the forthcoming programme and all the things.
It's easier to, if you buy tickets beforehand, then I have an idea how many people are coming, so we can cater in the interval for the right number of people. That's
which is quite useful.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, here's the first concert. It's the leaflet for it. It's Margaret Ferguson, who's from Ghana?
Ghana, yeah, she's
Yes.
a black African singer. She studied at the RNCM. In fact, most of the musicians in the series all studied at the RNCM, Royal Northern College of Music, in case you didn't know what that meant. And her great grandfather was a white Scottish chap who went to Ghana as a missionary and a doctor. And he married a Ghanaian lady, and then hence we've got Margaret. Margaret is a fantastic singer.
Brilliant. So what's on the programme on Sunday?
Oh, she's doing some Cole Porter. She's doing some Gershwin, like Summertime, and some stuff from Porgy and Bess. She's doing some Elgar. She's doing some Mozart, and also a piece from Ghana.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's going to be very interesting, isn't it? So what sort of music have you got? Well, I've got the programme here. It looks like you've got a real mix of
8
things to play.
concerts with piano. There's 2 pianists who are going to be performing in some of the concerts. Andrew Wilde, who's quite a famous pianist now. He studied at the Chatham School of Music and also at the Royal Northern College of Music, and also Jonathan Ellis. And we've also got bass player Leon Bosch coming in the second concert, which is on the 13th of May. And and at the end, we've got an amazing lot of players, most of them who are top professionals today, and they all studied at the RNCM, including Linda Merrick, who's the principal of the Royal Northern College of Music on clarinet. You've got Ben Holland on violin. There's so many people.
Seems you do have a certain a huge pile of talented people. Well, that should be really interesting to look forward to. Well, here's a brief look at the leaflet with all the concerts on it. But if you go to Wirleston Music School's website, you'll be able to find out information about future concerts, which are all on Sundays at 3:30 p.m. at Brynlees School. And you can also buy tickets online in advance. Here's a brief look at what the tickets look like as well. So that's it's always good to support local orchestras, and also it's nice to well, it's good to support local music generally, and there's an awful lot around, and these are exceptionally talented people as well, so it's really good. Well, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much.
It's been wonderful to have you here. My first guest on our cats themed programme, so that's very interesting. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And next, I'm going to bring you we enter a childlike zone of the show now, a playful, joyous, happy little section of the show. We're going to begin with a delightful animation titled 4 a.m. is Playtime by Andrew Williams. He joked that he could add subtitles so that people can sing along, but I think you'll be able to manage it yourself anyway. I rather enjoyed the graphics for this, which reminded me of Bod or Henry's Cat or something like that. It's really an uplifting animation. 4 a.m. is Playtime.
in the morning.
And now we go from that little piece by Andrew to another piece by Stephen Goodwin, which is a self-titled silly story. And it's a tale of cat and mouse.
The Cat. Once there was a tabby cat who liked to tease the mice. He stalked them through the long grass. He really wasn't nice. The mice had had enough and decided now was time to teach this cat a lesson to make him pay for all his crimes. So they banded all together to set a mouse trap. So when the tabby hunted, he would get into a flap. Cat purred as he approached. The mice scurried away and hid behind the garden wall and above the old bin lid. Cat's whiskers twitched and twizzled, and his tail hung in the air. But when he went to pounce, not one mouse was there. He turned to spot the ambush, but to surprise he saw a note come flutter down and land beneath his paw. "We've had enough," the note read. "Please stop attacking us, or we'll be forced to ask the dog to come and make a fuss." Cat sat a while and pondered. What should he now do? He licked his paw and washed his ears and gave his tail a chew. He thought and thought until his thoughts just might be overheard. He would leave the mice alone and start to chase the birds. For cats do what cats have always done. Their instincts are too strong. But this tabby cat should have stopped though, 'cause the birds and dog also got along.
And now we go to a simple song sent in anonymously, a song on acoustic guitar about a cat called Albert, which I've entitled Song for Albert in a tribute to Elton John. The sender didn't entitle that, I just added that, but it's about a cat called Albert. I hope you enjoy this. And now I can bring you a video by new submitter Corey Benson. This animation is called RGBeasts, RGB, red, green and blue. And it's created from a series of photographs of the indigenous and mysterious images that accompany the central staircase to the Central Library in Leeds, which is a fantastic Gothic building. It's really worth seeing. And he's processed these images using a pixel sorting algorithm to layer them in different ways. So the red, green and blue components all get split up and jumped around in various ways. So the resulting animation looks vaguely black and white, but it also is fringed with really intense colour, a bit like those 3D images that you look at through glasses with two different colours. I hope you enjoy this. It's called RGBeasts. Well, that was quite interesting, that Corey Benson entry there. And now we're going to end with a beautiful little relaxing piece of music by Andrew Williams entitled Feline Sleepy, accompanied with a video of his cat Scrabble asleep. It's rather a simplistic tune which uses synthetic instruments, sort of classic analog instruments. It reminded me of Depeche Mode, actually. Yes, Depeche Mode. I hope you enjoy this. Feline Sleepy. And that's it for episode 3 of ArtSwarm. Oh, and thank you to my guest Andrew Bassi for joining me about Wurleston Music School as well. I'm Mark Sheeky, and if you'd like to contribute to ArtSwarm, then look up ArtSwarm on the internet, look on YouTube. You can visit my website marksheeky.com and find the ArtSwarm page, or email a submission to artswarm@marksheeky.com. We welcome submissions from anyone. That's the joy of this programme. People could just send things and I'll just add them to the programme. Next fortnight's theme is holidays. So if you've got something on the theme of holidays which you'd like to submit, then do send it along. In the meantime, you can also check out ArtSwarm on Twitter, ArtSwarm TV, or at ArtSwarm TV, where I post what's coming up and also calls out for future things. I think that covers everything. Hope you enjoyed Cats, and I'll see you next time.